December 26, 2013. Three things today. First of all, a very enriching experience at work. It's rare, but it happens every once in a while that you're working in somebody's home and they welcome you with open arms, and you get to experience part of their culture. We have a big Somali community here in the Twin Cities, a big Hmong community and a big Somali community. And I was hooking up a triple play, all three services, in this house, and the two ladies there, younger of age, and were very pleasant to meet me, and asked my nationality, and I said American Indian, and they explained that they were Somalian, and when you come into someone comes into their home, they welcome them with food and drink. So they offered this morning, it was my first job, so she wanted to make me breakfast, and a Somali. It was almost like our version of a pancake. It wasn't fluffy. It was more like an Indian flatbread. Wasn't bready like that, but it was more of a just to eat it by itself. It didn't have any syrup or sugar or anything on it. So she made me a couple of those and sit down and had some wonderful. They called it black tea. When you think of like black coffee, you think of a little bitter. So it really wasn't knowing what to expect. And she asked if I wanted cream with it, milk. Because some people have milk and cream, and I was thinking, well, my coffee I usually have cream, and she gave me some. I poured it in there. Once I drank it, it was really sweet. It was almost like a cappuccino, frappuccino. It was really delicious, and the little flatbreads were pretty good too. Not really any flavored one way or the other, but it was just nice that they would offer me that. So you get to experience these things sometimes at work, and there's some borders that we're not supposed to cross, but when you're welcome like that, I think it'd be a disservice to turn it down. So she gave me another cup of that black tea before I left. I enjoyed that. So that was my experience at work today. We got home here. We got to watch. I was eating dinner downstairs, and one of the documentaries we pulled up was on Stephen Sondheim, and one of our American composers of the musical stage, and did a little research on him, and it was interesting because it was him talking about like six of his songs that he had wrote and composed over the years to different musicals, in his history and how he came to be a writer like he did. Not anything to do with his family, but his kind of adopted family. Let's see, what was the I can't think of his name, but a very, very famous composer that he spent a lot of time in their household and kind of brought up. So it was kind of like his home away from home, and became part of their family, and led him into that profession. But the one, let's see, what was it? He has one Academy Award, 8 Tonys, and 8 Grammys. So a lot of notches on his belt over the years. And the one song, and I'll play this at the end, that stuck out, the ones that he was doing. I like the ones like from West Side Story, and I like from Oklahoma, Gypsy. But this one, Send in the Clowns. I remember he wrote it like in '73, and Judy Collins did it in '75. And he was talking about it that it wasn't really much popular when it was with the play, but it wasn't until afterwards that you had a big name. Like Judy Collins, and who was the other guy who does the ballads? Well, it doesn't matter. But one from Judy is the one that I kind of remember growing up. And the one thing I want to bring up before I forget is today is the 26th. It's the Boxing Day in Canada, and it's the day that they kind of wrap presents and give them to the poor, gifts to the poor. Boxing Day. There's probably more to it than that, but that's what Gordon told me. And so it's kind of like the day after Christmas, you take your Christmas presents and the ones that and you rebox them up and give them to the or your old toys that you got. I got a box here from Canada. Actually, it's to Gordon from Kenna McKenna. But it was interesting that she sent it, and it has all these stamps on it with the, of course, Queen Mother. I don't know who this character is, but he's got a pretty good size stamp here. It shows him riding a horse, and then a couple of these little ones of Canadian mooses. Mooses are pretty popular, and she's still got pins. We told her we liked pins, and Kenna McKenna is one of Judy's best friends, and she'll send us gifts every now and then. Since we were so good to Judy over the years, she thought, and since Judy talks about us, that it's one of those people that you don't never met, but you've heard enough about them secondhand that it's like you know them. And I'm sure she feels that way about us. She's heard enough about us that it's like she knows us. And that's my take on Boxing Day. But here we go. There's one thing about this when I heard him play the song. You know, the music in itself is so beautiful and wonderful. But once you add vocals to it, it is just it's magnificent. And it's one of those that is just that will definitely stand the test of time. But just the way the music starts out, and you know, it's not really a fast-paced song, but it's really well. And it showed all the people. YouTube showed like 10 different people that have sung it over the years. This is Judy Collins' version. 26th December 2013. Santa Claus.